With 82,000 realtors in Ontario, I often get asked, why did I pick real estate and why do I stick around? Especially as we're seeing numbers of 60,000 plus drop out of the industry in the last 6 months. What keeps me engaged? But before we dive into that, my name is Jay. I'm a realtor with eXp Realty here in the Toronto West area, and I help first-time homebuyers and sellers navigate the real estate market to better leverage for their future. Let's dive in. Why did I pick real estate and why do I stick around? To answer this question, we need to take a little bit of a half step back and talk a little bit about my professional background. So previously, before real estate, I actually worked in high-end cosmetics where I elevated client experience both in store, navigating products while they shop, but also in our services. And this really refined my ability to train and elevate the staff to be confident in elevating that client experience for our consumer. I then moved through leadership. I ended up being an education manager for a large region in Ontario. And this is really where my storytelling and my passion for the why came in. As adults, understanding why we're doing something or why something is being done is super imperative to us subscribing and signing on to that process or that system. So understanding that why comboed with storytelling was going to be the most impactful for the consumer was really important in my career. My last role, I was actually a national marketing and sales manager for a really large skincare brand, and this is where I sharpened my marketing tools. I was able to create buzz around a product, be able to bring new market share, and this has been a huge asset navigating into real estate. Now, before we dive into my process of getting real estate, I want to nail down the why. While I was shopping for my first property with my partner, we experienced the worst client service. We couldn't get a hold of agents. Agents would not reply to our calls or our emails. We even showed up for a showing and an agent sent their cousin and they were wearing slippers to the showing. It was so embarrassing, and I did not feel supported as a first-time home buyer who was about to just spend maybe the largest amount of money that I will in my life on a property. Thankfully, we were introduced to a realtor who really showed me the flip side of the industry, that you can really build a business off of client experience and really creating a journey and a service base for those clients. Once we were actually through the process of buying real estate, I also realized that I knew nothing about the buying process. And this was similar to my friends and my families who had not purchased up until that point. I eventually started to become the person that they were coming to, asking questions, asking for tips and tricks. What was my experience like? And this was the bigger message that as millennials, we're really not informed on how to purchase and sell real estate. So with my passion for client service, my passion for training and educating, it really was a beautiful marriage. And I was excited to get licensed and to hit the ground running, selling million-dollar real estate to affluent celebrities, just like selling Sunset. But I woke to a rude awakening when I realized that it was gonna be a little bit of more of a hustle, especially in the Toronto market. I'm super excited that we were able to get through those bumpier periods, and I have now built a business 3 years in based on millennials who now feel confident to navigate the processes of buying and selling real estate. This reminds me of a story that I have from a client literally last year in the last quarter. She wanted to own property in Toronto forever, and the affordability was such a barrier to getting into her first property that we actually started the process a year in advance and really took a slow, methodical approach to getting ready to purchase her first condo. Owning a condo as a single person is really intimidating and really terrifying because it's just on that one person. But by having enough education and enough information and having a really solid support team behind her, we were able to secure her a humongous, beautiful condo in Toronto West, and she is super happy. And she now has a fiance, which is really exciting. So they are living happily ever after, and being part of that journey is truly what wakes me up every morning and gets me excited to do real estate and to help first-time first-time buyers and sellers just like yourself. If you are a millennial looking to make your first real estate move this year, be it first-time home buyer or first-time selling, looking to upsize to that next property, I encourage you to follow me over on Instagram at Jay Dyson Realty, or subscribe to this channel because weekly we're gonna post tips and tricks that are gonna help you navigate the real estate industry. I'll see you next week.